So, good evening. We are back. We are back on a pirate ship. Very exciting. Hopefully. Hopefully it will be very exciting. There will be a fair bit of tall tales and storytelling today. There will be some long talks from the Game Master as there's some really scripted stuff in here, but hopefully we will have some exciting scenes for everybody, including the players. That would be nice, wouldn't it? So, how have you all been?
Good.
Ready to go?
Yeah.
Full of strong memories what you did last time?
Well, we had a big skirmish on the boat, didn't we?
Yes, yes. And you advanced from prisoners to trusted crew members by helping in the battle a little bit. Thwarting those pirates of the King Bahari, I think it was called. Or it's a tribe of the Bahari. And helping with the repairs.
And we have a sorcerer on the ship as well, haven't we? That summoned a storm.
Ah. I think I have a picture of her as well, if you want to see. Yes, special effects. Oh. You character. Go.
Yep.
That was the witch, the sea witch, basically. The mage who can command the sea to an extent, which is very useful for pirate captain, but they seem to also have a thing. So they're not just colleagues. Let's put it up. They're more than that. But yeah, you are on the ship. It is still a heavily damaged ship, but it's just about seaworthy, and people are grumbling a little bit. Who is grumbling a little bit about why are we going so far from land, and what are we doing out here? And you know that basically half the crew is Shemite and the other one is Kushite. And you notice a certain amount of tribalism between them, where there's some unrest between them, and especially distrust towards the Shemites from the Kushites, saying, I'm sure these foreigners will actually throw in their lot with this Semakit. So you hear that a bit. But yeah, you are working on the ship, you're helping out a little bit here and there, you are part of the crew, but you're not treated as slaves. You're not a rowing slave. Which I'm sure you'll be delighted to.
And we're getting fed proper food, aren't we?
Oh, well,
as it can be.
You've been away from land for a little while now. And some of the stuff was boiled and broken during the attack, some of the barrels with your food stuff, so it's not great, and that's maybe why the crew are grumbling. Food is not the best right now, but at least you're eating better than you were when you were in the holding cell. Yeah, so lots of dead pirates and opponents were thrown overboard. I think we did that scene last. But yeah, what to do? Involve yourself in the social network way.
The old man, the shaman or whatever he was,
Evangeli.
Yeah. Is he free as well now?
No, he was at the time. They had tied him to the mast as a sort of taunt and possibly kidnap victim sort of thing. But then they put him back down on the set.
Okay.
So he's not up with you. It's the one from the actual.
Yeah. And also his staff, which he talked about, is with the Stygian, isn't it?
It is with Stygian. Now that's what he assumes, because it was taken off him, and the Stygian seems to get all the artifacts, but it's possible that it's actually with one of the other pirates. In the picture, he actually pulls this stuff.
Yeah.
As a reminder for those who weren't here last time, what was the thing with the staff?
Yeah, it's essentially a magical artifact made from some sort of special tree, and it can, hurt ghosts and undead and stuff.
There it was. Made, carved from the very first tree that ever grew.
A special tree, as I said.
A special tree could be a Christmas tree, you know. It's more special than your personal Christmas tree, anyway. If you still do Christmas. There's mouthful. Christmas shop. So, yeah. Do you want to involve yourself? Or shall I
Okay.
just foist the next thing upon you?
I guess we want to sort of get on with the crew, and therefore kind of try to blend in with them and build their trust.
Mingle a bit, so to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without
want-
taking sides, I think.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, do you want to take sides? Then mingle a little.
Who seems to be in the captain's favour most of all?
The
Or is
sorceress?
it clear?
The captain, the sorceress, definitely. But
Yeah.
other than that, the captain seems to be at extreme pains to not favor one side or the other.
Smart.
He seems to be very even-handed, as far as you can. And really, you can almost see how he is weighing up every single decision of trying to not offend one side.
Does he seem respected equally by both sides? Is it just the side to the side that's distrusting, or does he seem to be the glue that's keeping everybody together?
At this side, he is sort of the cautious glue. I think that's a good way of describing it. Maybe that the Kushites don't respect him quite as much because there was a Kushite king, after all, who came on the pirate ship, and he and you thwarted the attack.
But both the Kushites and the Shemites are his crew. Sekhmet himself didn't bring an entourage of some sort.
No, he had a couple of people, but they didn't make it.
Can I use the mingling sort of scenery to spread some rumors about how Sekhmet is just
Ooh,
worse
nice.
and just bad
Stir up the
people
trouble.
for
Yeah?
everyone?
Let's hear some rumors. What do you want to stir? And I'm sure that Shira, for example, would be very happy to help because she can be very talkative as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm open for ideas, guys.
Go on. What rumors do you want to spread
Um,
about this ancient? No, he's not that ancient, but the last in the line of ancient kings.
I mean, a classic would be to, put all this weird weather shenanigans on him.
Hmm.
Hmm?
Mm. And maybe rumours of blood sacrifices done by the Stygians.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Those are not
Okay.
yeah, but
That actually gels, interestingly enough, with something else in the scenario. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that essentially the crew is dissatisfied with the course of the journey. Like, they are going too far away from the land.
You know that they set out on this journey very much on Semaket's behest. So he said, we need to go to this island. I'm going to pay you lots of money. And the captain said, yeah, all right, we'll do that. But now that they're actually so far away now from the usual pumping grounds, the usual waters, they're getting a bit nervous. And after the attack, certainly, they think, oh, we should really have gone back to the areas we know because we are now weakened and we are in a risky area. That's the trouble. That's the beef.
Sekhmet is the source of all their, troubles, all their problems, all their discomfort.
All right. They want to stir
Yeah. Just,
in the whole crew.
Yeah.
You don't make a difference between which side you stir with.
No, I don't think so. Kushites and or Shemites, like, stereotypically, do they have an aversion against Stygians?
Both of them actually normally do. And that includes you because you're Stygian.
Yeah, of course, but I'm the good one.
Well, they have respected you because they've seen you as a big fighter.
So the Shemites are north of Stygia, and then the Kushites are just south of Stygia.
And the Stygia has basically
And
been
Stygia is basically
invading
the middle ground.
They've been, invading everybody and conquering everybody, enslaving everybody, and so on in their past. But some Stygians actually have settled more in Shem than in Kush. Yeah, if I remember my Hyborian ages correctly, there was more intermingling and intersettling to the north and to.
That's from an inspiration standpoint. Like, the Kush is basically like Nubia, like Central Africa,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and the Shemites are
More towards Arabia and
Arabia. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
The Levant,
Hmm.
which is a troubled area right now as well.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Has been for some time.
Yes, ever since they filmed at Lawrence of Arabia. Picked it all up.
That's all that is.
Maybe
It
not.
started right then.
Try not to joke too much about that. Ill judged by myself. So, yeah. Do some staring then. What do you want to do? Some manipulation? Persuasion? I can't never remember what things are called. Yesterday I was playing Vaesen. I really get confused.
I mean, I
And
guess
Dragon Bane the day
Vigilance.
before.
Vigilance.
It's not vigilance.
No, it's not.
It's persuade, is it? Probably?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
That was character sheet. And then looking at the skills. It's going to be one of the socials. Personality. Yeah, persuade. Probably best fit.
All right. I guess I go for it then. D1.
Yeah, let's make it a D2. Let's make
D2?
it a D2. It shouldn't be too easy.
I don't know. I'll take your momentum for that one. Oof.
Oh,
Rough
I
one.
can see right through you.
I was going to say almost are you going to push it?
Yeah.
Push it.
If
No?
I'm with Durzo, can I kind of add in my 2 cents to try to say,
Especially as you
but
see him
Why
fail.
am I rolling in the first place, actually?
Because it was your idea. It was the idea. Maybe you should go to the other group. Let's say that you were currently speaking to the Shemites. Because I shouldn't just do retrospective tests.
okay, yes, okay.
But there's another
absolutely.
group you can go to.
I will speak to the other group, and you said it's a D2.
It's a D2. Speaking to the Kushites now.
Do I lose our last momentum? Why?
Yeah, use it. That's what it's there
Why
for.
not?
Shouldn't be there anyway because the sea.
But there we go.
Go for it.
Too late. Oh no, it's not.
Ones. Now they
Ones.
do seem to take to you a little bit and warm to you a little bit, but when you start spouting about them, there are some grumbles and some yeah, of course we know. But you don't feel like you've riled them up any extra.
Okay.
Good idea though. I might remember. Okay. So let me choose steps. Now there is a leak that has sprung again. So the ship is a bit shaky, and they're dispatching a work crew, and that's mixed. And you can already see as they're going downstairs that a couple of these people, one of the Shemites and one of the Kushites, who have now been asked by the captain to work together, they're glowering at you. Absolutely glowering. All notice this, you're currently sitting together. And you just think, oh, they could come to blows when they leave.
So
I think I was trying to help with the repair works because I've got some crafting ability, and the others were helping a little bit as well. So I'll try and stay in amongst them and see if I can just hold them off from open warfare, especially on the boat.
You're basically saying, picking up a spare plank or something. Why don't I come along?
Yeah. and try to focus them on helping me.
Okay.
do we want them to fight?
No, because if they kill each other, there's no crew. We're in trouble.
Well, no,
They're
I'm
gonna take our
I'm looking at Durzo and I'm wondering, like, do we want them to have this conflict so that there's one side winning, or do we want to keep them calm? Because I can go down there and I can keep them calm.
And I'll make them fight.
And
you'll
let's make it a game.
The way I see it, the pirates have no interest in this whole supernatural story that is unfolding besides money.
That's right.
I don't think there's anything to be gained by making them fight each other. If we could just as well try to use them against Sekhmet and his whatever he will conjure up.
He's the enemy. At the end of the day,
Yeah, he's the enemy.
Sekhmet. Yeah.
Just a quick reminder, he's Semaket.
Semaket.
Sekhmet is, glaube ich, I think it's actually proper legend god, right?
Semaket, yeah.
Probably.
So you probably referring.
Yeah, like I thought it was named because of that.
It might be, but they might just have said, "Oh, we need to tweak it a bit so nobody recognizes."
Let's sprinkle some letters in there.
Well, Lots of consonants. I'll go down. I'll go downstairs, joining Creus, and
Yeah,
I
you'll be the
think that
counselor, and I'll be
will
the worker.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep spirits up, and if I see any dissension amongst them, I'll try to use whatever influence I can.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now I was just going to say, Creus, why don't you sort of play the foreman a little bit and do some command or some counsel? And look at your character.
I know, yeah. Which is why I'm quite happy she was come down to take control of that side of things. I'm trying to lead by example by focusing them on the repair work.
There's definitely
I'm quite good at it.
Some of the repair work basically has come loose again, and they're starting to say, yeah, that was so-and-so who did it, right? You guys can never do this properly, and let me do it. And no, you don't know what you're doing. You're not a carpenter. All you do is gut fish. And it goes back and forth a little bit.
Yeah.
So there's definitely starting to heat up a bit.
Yeah. But I'll come in as the carpenter and say, look, guys, I've done this before. I know what I'm doing. Just follow my lead.
Okay,
if you go
let's see it. I want to see
saw
it.
them
Crafting
planks and you nail those, yeah.
Yeah, you're basically leading by example by saying, I know. So it's the crafting experience. I mean.
It is, yeah.
I joined in too, by the way.
Okay.
Like, going downstairs, yeah.
Everybody is hovering around these two guys. Okay, yeah, one success. They're begrudgingly looking at what you're doing, and you're sort of patching it. But it's no better than it was before. Still a bit loose. When they start laughing, see, the foreigners don't know what they're doing either, just like you lot.
Okay, so I'm going to use counsel.
Okay. You were trying to achieve what?
I was trying to just achieve counsel to say, listen to him. He knows what he's doing. We need to get this patched up or we're going to sink. Or it's
As you're
get
saying
worse.
this, all three men now turn around and just look at you with long face. And one of them throws his hammer to the floor. Then, you do it then, girl. And stomps off.
Come on, Shima, you can help them muck in. The more
with
hands
craft. With craft.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right.
What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? What do I need for craft?
It's intelligence. It's all about being clever.
Oh, no. I know what I've got. What's the difficulty?
Oh.
Ideally two, but if Derzo wants to help out a little bit.
Yeah, I guess I take some wood and try to wedge it in as well.
Yes, how's Creus? Is he in the huff as well? Has he taken the huff?
No. I'll never take the huff.
Never. Well, the challenge. That's a challenge.
Okay, then. So is it difficulty 1 or 2? 2.
But I let Creus assist. He can't lead it because he tried his idea, but he can assist.
Can you assist me?
So I roll
yes.
one die.
Derzo can assist and Creus can assist. You should be able to do difficulty 2 with 2. Oh!
Now, I just want you to know that my TN number is 6, so this should be hilarious.
The hole is bigger than before.
I'm just checking what my craft gives me if I've got anything.
A hole, a bigger hole, or another hole.
Look, I crafted a bigger hole.
Isn't that what you wanted?
There was a bit of a leak before. Now it's running properly.
He was squaring it off, so it's bigger, but he's squaring it off to place something else in it. So
yes, and then you look around, you notice you don't have anything else to put into it.
Oh, there's no talent to it. Oh, I thought I might have a talent.
Have you got any talent to help you?
No.
You might have to go and fess up then.
We broke the ship.
No. Unless I can use my camouflage to make it look like it's been repaired.
I can try that. But it won't necessarily keep the ship afloat.
No.
Just every night from now on, we sneak downstairs and just start a pot of water out of there.
You may have to go and fess up.
Well,
we made a hole.
Is there a dinghy? Is there another boat?
No, unfortunately, the one that is actually still on the ship up in the background. That unfortunately,
yeah.
I think actually. I made some tile. Oh, I can. Oh,
Oh wow.
Yeah, I've got a tradesman cast, but it doesn't really help me anyway. Just means
No.
during upkeep, I'll get some benefits.
A
there.
tradesman cast would basically mean you would never admit a mistake, right? You know, I found a problem. It's worse than I thought. Cost extra. Yeah, what is a tradesman? Like, growl.
Yeah.
So
I could lie and just say that they made the hole worse.
you have to go to the bosun.
Yeah.
Bosun.
Yeah. I'll go up. I'll speak to him. I'll say I'll take the blame.
Yeah, as you
So-
come up
Yeah.
and see both the Cushite and the Shemite again staring at you.
I go up to the bosun, and from behind my back, I flip a bird, and I say to them, I say to the person, I say, these two or these left me to go downstairs and to fix the hole, and I did my best, but as you can see, I'm not equipped for these type of heavy duty jobs, and so therefore I've made it worse. And so
That's
they
the first mate.
abandoned me. They abandoned me. So I think that they should get punished for what's going on
You just growl.
because they abandoned. Yeah, I ramble and I basically try to persuade him
Go
that
on.
it's their fault and not mine.
Give it a go.
Yeah, their fault, not my fault.
I think he might not directly believe you, but make a difficulty 2.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the first mate here. It's a huge
All
guy who's times and a half as big
I
as
like
you
the
are.
red eyes.
This is my bread and butter, so I need to do this.
Oh, that's much better,
Oh, that's
isn't it? Much
There
better.
we go. Yeah.
And he just growls at the two and shouts at them to come over. And they say, "Oh, well, he wasn't working with me. He wasn't working with me. So we left him to do it downstairs." And he turns a bit grumpy at them and says, "So what she says is, ooh, go and fix your mess now.
There you go.
And you better clear out from down there because they're very unhappy with you now." They're definitely united in your hatred for you.
Look, see, it all worked out. We got them all happy with each other.
And I give you the 1 momentum as well. Let me thank you. Put it on. Yeah, that was an interesting way of saving it, especially the birdie behind the back. Right. Okay. From a light-hearted start, let's. So, at some point, Christ, you are walking across the deck, and the captain sort of winks at you with evening. Oh, tomorrow morning. Sure you don't sleep. It will be a spectacle worth watching.
Ah, an early start, is it?
Oh, no, just a normal start. Oh. Early morning watch.
Okay. Anything I need to know before that morning?
No, don't worry about it.
Just be up and ready, yeah?
Just be up and ready.
Okay.
The weather has been quite calm. It's been a bit drizzly. Not a huge wind, but you're making some progress. And then you go back down to your crew area. You want to warn the others at all?
I will most definitely warn the others. I'll say to them, Captain's up to something tomorrow. I don't know whether it's to do with the Stygian or not, but he said, be ready first thing in the morning. So I suggest we make sure we're up early and ready for any trouble.
Actually, still in the evening. No, let's do it. It's morning. So, yes, next morning. Nobody else wants to do any shenanigans overnight? Just to give you a chance, you know. So, next morning, You hear a ding, 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 ding. The watch bell basically struck a few times extra, and then falling or crew assembly on the deck. Just at the watch change, so basically you've got 3 of the 4 watches awake anyway, and the last one is the one too. But some of them are getting up. This is important. After the great tension between the crew also and the Stygian patron, maybe this is not a huge surprise for you, but you see Gal Arvat, our big pirate captain, biggest big again, his arms wide, legs wide, sort of power stands, and Sarayene, that's the witch, standing right behind him, languidly, as her eyes unfathomable. There's some great words in this.
I have unfathomable eyes.
You haven't?
No, I do. I have them as well. I'm kind of looking over at her, very jealous of some of her clothes.
Yeah, very fine stuff.
Yeah.
It's quite impressive, isn't it?
And then Captain shouts, "Bring him out!" 2 of the pirates drag a figure forward, the woolen sack over his head. Pulled off, and you see his wild-eyed and tousled Semeket cursing in the worst Stygian. You can hear son of a coyote or whatever, a jackal. Arms tied behind his back. Hisses. "What is this betrayal?" You're probably reacting how? Give me a facial expression.
Good job.
Whereas Sheila seems to be very...
I'm wondering where this is going to go.
Yeah.
It is the point where we derail the entire campaign to start a pirating life.
Yeah,
exactly. That's right. I can't believe that this is going to pan out well.
And we'll see. In response to his words, anyway, a cacophony of hoots and shouts come from most of the crew. And bare feet and boots are thumping on the deck as well. But they all seem to be quite happy. So they seem to actually be united for a moment. The Stygian thrashes and tries to get free, basically, but immediately some of the blades are stuck towards him, keeping him in place. So he freezes again. And you just see he hates this moment. One of the pirates pushes up next to the captain, puts something into his hand, and the captain holds it and waves the crew down and says, "Silence, silence, silence. My crew," as he has the rapt attention. Got this bundle. "We have suffered plenty, but it will be worth it in the end. The Stygian dog has led us across the western sea on his own errand, but we are no lackeys. Cheer." Yeah, that moment you realize you have this. Cheer.
Yeah.
The snake has not been forthright with us. Have you now? Looks over there. Gives him a little kick. "The place we are going will make legends of. There's wealth beyond measure ahead. You've heard of the treasure of the Black Tranicos, aye?
Aye.
Yes.
Aye, Captain.
The king of pirates. There's much you do not know about the tale, though. Bloody Tranicos did not find all the jewels of Kemi when he left Tothmekri Island. No, indeed. Tothmekri looted the entire treasure of Kemi, a handful of ships laden with jewels, gold, finery, right to the gunwales. Legend has it that Tranicos took back only 1 shipwreck and never returned himself. That leaves enough treasure to the island, That leaves enough treasure to remaining to make every one of us a pirate king. Huge cheer. But then somebody speaks up and says, Captain, how do you know this?" "Oh, where this comes in." He unwraps the bundle in his hand. What he pulls out on the chain is
The eye.
Shit.
the eye.
Shit.
The eye. He holds it as arm's length overhead so everybody can see. Again, there's a hush because that's splendid too. Semeket snarls at this and thrashes around, but again the blades come towards him and eases into. This dread artifact has led them across this nameless sea. It coruscates with some inner light, the facets catching sunlight, because we're not at night, and casting it back awash across all your faces. Sort of sparkles. He holds up the cloth after and unfurls it. Prop basically this whole top edge, and you can see it's a map. map on cloth, covered in writing and Stygian.
Okay.
And here we have our way to find it. Is this the proof you need then? He bellows. Is this not worth the risks we take? He shouts, his voice thundering above the din of the unquiet and cheering crew. It is for treasure such as this that we sail after all. Treasure such as this will make kings of us all. Pirate dream, right? A different dream in this moment flickers through the mind of each pirate, filled by fierce thoughts of handfuls of gems and fountains of gold, and the legends of the wealth of Kemi and Bloody Tranicos are known to all pirates. And to our absent friend. He knows all about these legends, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where were we? So smiles break out. People are sort of thumping each other on the shoulder and saying, "Sorry about giving you so much grief. All be worth it." So that seemed worked. That was the tactic the captain was going for. But over his protest, Semaket is now taken below deck, likely to face the same indignity that you once faced when you were first brought on board. And then the captain turns to his weather witch and says, "And you can get us there?" asks. Miles, as you can tell for the first time in many days. "Aye, my captain, oh my love, there will be wind." A roar erupts from the crew, stamping and shouting in savage greed and glee, and their first mate. "Go on then, you dogs. Fill the sails, trim the ship. There will be wind." So everybody dismisses, and the captain just winks at you all. "Was that to your liking then?"
Very
Well
much
said,
so.
Captain. Well said.
Indeed.
How true is the story, though? That's the question.
Oh, it's a true legend.
Captain, I heard that the treasure was cursed.
Don't tell the crew that.
Where did you hear that?
Ah, a knowledgeable friend, currently ill.
Well, maybe he was ill in the head. I find the treasures usually are not cursed as such. But we'll find out, right? Let's first get the treasure, then we deal with any curses on. And he sort of chucks up the amulet, wraps it up, puts it in.
Does he touch it?
Not the actual pendant. Yeah, but just the chain. But drops it in, wraps it in, stuffs it in his jacket. Says, "Right, I better plot us a good cause."
And Captain, when Summercat took us captive, I think he took some, trinkets of ours. May we go through his stuff to retrieve our stuff?
Trinkets?
Yeah, just some items of little worth. Just
memories.
Like, I'm missing a pendant. My friend Curious here is missing a knife.
Sure. First mate, he's just been through his stuff. He might have picked a couple of things, so if you're missing something in particular, ask him. But, cool. Got some over. Show them the chest.
I'm sure we'll find in the court. And essentially, I want to find the staff.
I knew you were going there. The staff, unfortunately, is not there.
When we get a quiet moment together, what do we want to do about the gem, the eye?
We're going to have to steal it from his pocket.
Yeah, but
somebody's going to have to go into his cabin or go.
Yeah, but do we though?
Or do we wait till we get to the island and then get it then?
If I remember correctly, then the instructions we got specifically said that it's not our job to, get the eye, kill anybody. It's just to be there at the specific time when all this things happen. So it shouldn't really matter if the pirate has the eye, if the Stygian has the eye. It just needs to be there with the eye.
I guess, yeah. But once the captain's gone to the island, if he decides to leave once he's got treasure and leave us there.
I mean, the real question is if we can stop the entire ritual by just getting rid of the Stygian, because it requires his blood of the royals. Yes?
Yeah. We can't let him die. He's got to be there at the end.
He has to be there at the end.
Together. We need all the bits.
And the captain can't get he can't get overthrown during the trip. There can't be a mutiny.
Yeah.
And I don't think there will be now because he's turned the crew onto his side.
All of a
the
sudden,
belief in
you're
treasure.
agents of the establishment. Vested interest, I think that's what it's called.
Exactly, yeah.
But the staff, now that's another story.
Yeah.
She's got to have the staff.
Yeah, she must do. If it's something powerful, she's probably taken it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have to keep the captain on our side and not risk trying to steal the gem from him. I think we've got to wait and see what happens on the island. And if there's an opportunity to take it on the island, maybe that's the time to do it. We feel we need it or not.
Well, we couldn't take the staff because I know that everybody wants the staff. We're going to have to take it just before we land, or in a confusing time. It can't be obvious.
Be up for you.
Is there anything else of interest in Samarkand stuff?
There are some little potions. There are some decent clothes, but some of them have been taken already, so they're not necessarily clean clothes because he hasn't had them washed recently. His big weapon seems to have gone the way of the first mate. You know, his big scimitar. It was two-handed scimitar. So there's maybe a couple of simple knives or some things seem to have walked quite quickly, seeing as you're on a pirate ship.
Are there any? You said that there may be some potions.
Yeah, there's some little bottles where people didn't trust them, I guess.
So when I investigate them, can I see if they're loaded at like a various color of lotus that I can use inside of my fan?
There could be. So how good are you at recognizing this?
Oh, I probably suck. But
did we have somebody did more?
We did have somebody.
Molotov to help.
Yeah. I mean,
let me have a look at Molotov.
I quickly decipher if they are medicine, essentially, given my healing background.
Yeah, you can both give me a go if you want, with relevant skills, to say, can we identify what they are? Then I'll have to think up what they actually are, because I just made that up on this.
Excellent.
As I usually do.
Even better.
I
think it's
alchemy would be good. Yeah.
Yeah, but
no, it wouldn't.
I just want to know if they're medicine or not. Essentially,
some are medicine. Some of them you think are more potent substances, which might not necessarily be beneficial to the person taking them.
Okay, so where is Moritaz at the moment?
He is feeling a bit under the weather, but he's
got
available,
seasickness at the moment.
And he just did 2 successes for you.
Excellent.
So
I pat him on the back and say, "You'll be better. The wind is making you seasick.
Drink one of them."
Yeah. I'm just
or mix 2 of them up.
So, you think that one of them is purple lotus?
Yay! Oh, I've already got 2.
Special then. And 2 of them are yellow lotus pollen.
Excellent. Well,
have you got that already, or not?
I got that already too. Yeah.
What else were you looking for? Black lotus?
I was looking for whatever lotus there was, other than purple and yellow.
Makes all the physical actions harder.
Because oddly enough, before we began, I was thinking, how can I use my fan?
Influence people. How to win friends and influence people.
Yes.
Fandom.
That's right.
So, you carry on for the day. Hours of euphoria. Basically, the weather witch has called some wind, and you're making some really rapid progress. Captain seems to be quite pleased with him. But then the sky ahead gets quite dark and menacing. And for a moment, you think even the weather witch gets a bit worried. When she turns around and confidently says, "Right, that was a good ride for us, everybody. Let's bring in some sails and rest for a moment." Because everybody has been rushed off their feet, adjusting sails. And then she goes on the deck.
Do we have a time frame? Like, what's our estimated time of arrival?
You should, with this recent decent travel and this very fast travel, probably this day you've made as much progress as 3 days before, you should be relatively close.
Are we now off
1 or
the
2 more days?
Guys, are we now where?
I just wanted to know if we were off the coast of Kush now.
You are off the coast so far that you can't see it.
Oh, okay.
You have been sailing the open seas for it. And Julian?
Just like, are we talking like 1 day, 2 more days?
You didn't really...
Just in the ballpark.
You know that the original estimate was about 5 to 7 days, and that was about 5 days ago. So you must be getting close. And after the ship was repaired, you were making good pace beforehand. You slowed down a bit. So it's... Yeah. How long is a nautical mile? How long is a fathom? You never quite know. Not to say how long is a piece of string.
They regulated how long they are, but never mind.
Yes, they're regulated, but you haven't navigated, you haven't plotted the course, etc. But you think it feels like you should be getting close. But yeah, you can see these big storm clouds on the horizon piling up. See some lightning crackle through them, and actually you hear some distant thunder, and the deck watch says, "We need to batten down the hatches. There's more wind than we asked for coming."
It doesn't look good, does it?
"Are we a good crew?" As you grumble a little bit, this chap says. "Yeah, I'm sure your repair will hold, right?" Larson walks off.
And that's a good point. Check the repairs before the storm hits.
Okay.
See if they do need repairing.
There are actually several crews going around, but if you want to help with that, you can do me another crafting roll.
Yeah, I will do.
Because that's definitely something there. Bracing various bits that have been damaged before.
Nice.
Good. You notice that the repair actually that these guys have done is a little bit leaky, and this time, because there's nobody to distract you, you can actually patch it up a bit more. That would have gone quite early.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can also feel the swell coming. So waves are definitely more powerful. The wind is whistling. They've started putting the basically try to reduce the surface
Trim
by tying. Yeah, it's not just trimming, but you tie things in. I can't remember what it's called. I used stuff. When I was young,
Battening the hatches. Is it battening the hatches?
Battening the hatches is basically closing the lids. Yeah, making sure that they're locked down. That's battening them. Yeah, die Segelreffen.
Yeah, but I think it's trimming. It's just reducing the sail area.
Yeah.
I thought trimming was...
What was the German word again?
Die Refs reinschlagen. Die Refs in Segel schlagen. Genau. This is Captain Hornblower. I was
Captain Hornblower.
As 12-year-old or something, I started reading those. Have I read them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
See, that's what education is.
12-year-old.
Like 40 years later, I'm still remembering it.
Straight after I went through the Störtebeker.
Yeah, Störtebeker. Said.
The classic pirate stories.
What's a Störtebeker?
That's a northern German pirate. And lots of tales around him, but he was annoying the Hanse, particularly. One of the stories is that when they finally caught him, cut off his head, he says, "You can do this, but anybody, after you cut off my head, anybody I walk past from my crew will be released." And apparently they sort of smashed off his head, ran past half his crew.
Oh, wow.
Spraying blood everywhere.
German stories get macabre very quickly.
That's awesome.
Yeah, try the original Grimms.
Oh, boy.
I was just about to say, yeah.
But yeah, which they didn't write. They just... So, this storm is definitely coming.
Is there any shelter? Is land anywhere near? Is there a cove?
You don't see it, but actually, the storm seems to be coming from the direction you were heading in, coming towards you. And you can see these sheaths of rain, basically just obscuring it entirely. It's like a lead sheet has been beaten out and put on the horizon in front of you. Very hard.
What is our sorceress doing at the moment?
She was beneath deck, but she's actually just come back up because she's been brought back up. She looks a little bit worried, and she's got her bag of tricks with her.
Okay.
How big is her bag of tricks?
It's like a typical messenger bag, but nicely made from leather, waterproof leather.
Okay.
And she is carrying a staff, which you have seen her with before, but you don't know whether it's the staff.
Okay. And I would imagine that she's up. She's either at the front of the ship,
at the prow,
or at the prow.
At the prow. There's a carved mermaid in the prow next to her. Look, and she's starting to do some incantations. But she looks relatively tired already because she's given you that big boot. So the storm comes in, and basically people are saying they're storm ready as they can be. They still seem to be quite optimistic generally, but a few of the crew look quite worried.
Is there a way you could tie yourself in, or there may be ropes that you can hold on to while you're on deck in the storm?
They stretch some of the storm ropes across decks, across the sides as extra handholds, but those who don't have to be on deck all are huddled downstairs, below deck, because the rain is coming down on you as well. Yeah. And I'll just kick it up a little bit here. So, with an ominous rumble, the storm then smashes into the ship. The vessel, frail before its wrath, battered and limping already. The hull creaks in 100 places as it's tested by wave and wind, and water sluices across, plainly finding many paths in. You're probably below deck. I assume you're below deck unless you tell me otherwise, yeah?
Yeah.
This tempest is greater than any of you have experienced. The Calypso offers little comfort, and pirates brace the patched hull from within, bailing bilge water at speed, though the effort seems for naught as the hull fills inexorably. I can never say that word. Steadily with dark water. Very slowly, carefully. Oh. Need you, some native speakers for me. So they long stop trying to row through this or having any influence. All the oars are pulled in, and all the holes are plugged on this side. And they huddle together in this storm's fury. So does anybody want to go?
I wanna encourage Krius and Durzo to come upstairs, because I think that's where the captain is, right?
Yeah, the captain is definitely.
And that's where our sorceress is. So I think that it's smart for us to be there, because A, if they need help, B, if they go overboard, we can take their stuff.
Yeah, I've got quite a good coordination, so if there's the help that's needed, at the end of the day, it's better that we can help out rather than the ship go down.
There's a very reduced deck crew lashed in. There's the helmsman at the back. There's a captain at the back next to the helmsman. There's the sorceress right at the front, trying to carve a way through the waves or whatever. And there are some other small groups on standby in the hatches, so that they can pop up if they need to. So you want to basically be in a standby position so you can see the deck but not be out, or do you want to properly walk out?
Oh, I'm going to go out on deck.
I'm going to go out carefully, but so that I'm not slipping overboard. But yeah, I'm going to go up to her. I'm going up to her.
I'll be with the captain then in that case.
I'll be with Krius.
You can? Okay, now it says here, it's a daunting test. Even just move above deck. Okay. I'm just wondering what we shall test on. make some visit.
Well,
Acrobatics
Acrobatics, you could do acrobatics.
or athletics.
Or just
There's
straight
also a
up.
sailing skill.
The sailing skill, if you could use your sailing, but you're not actually trying to direct the ship.
No,
or
you're not
something.
trying to. No.
But if you have a focus in sailing, I'll let you use that for another skill.
No,
If
I
you,
don't.
I guess athletics if you just want to hold on with
if you just
form.
want to hold on, it's athletics. That's fine. If you want to move around, then I think it's acrobatics.
But
Okay,
I'll
so
go with
I'm the same.
acrobatics.
I'm gonna try acrobatics.
At this point, it's D3. Daunting.
Okay, so
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Oh! But no.
nice, but not quite nice enough. So basically, as you start going up, you're being thrown around so much that you actually lose some confidence.
Very nice.
This is.
that's
Did you use
because
a
I
focus?
bought that. I used a focus.
19 and
Oh,
18.
Yeah, it's a good thing I.
I'm going to use the momentum that's available there, I think.
Okay.
Why doesn't it take it away? That's not good.
So, Shira, you manage, dancing from mast to handholds to storm rope to whatever, to actually stand quite close behind us. But on the last little bit, yeah, the triangle deck from the prow, there's not a lot of room, so you're holding slightly back. You can see her and you can hear what she's saying. Durzo, you are shaken by this a little bit. You're still in the hatch, yeah? And just, you're hanging on for dear life, but you're not very, very confident. So, Bios, you managed to go outside. The first steps were quite good. There's a wave of water, like a quall coming over, hitting you, basically wetting you through and knocking you over. So you are hanging onto a rope with one hand, but you are crooked, as they say in Scotland. Crooked. Wet through. And I think I'm going to give you an extra fatigue. You're hanging on for dear life. So what you see, however, and most of you, the captain and the helmsman are lashed to their posts, a few others using ropes tied about their waists as they scramble across the deck, attempting to save Krios, for example. They bellow at one another just to be heard, even though they're just yards apart. So the storm is fierce. And when Gal Arvad sees you, yes, coming up, he gestures at you to go down back to below deck. And then he points ahead of the prow of the vessel. And that's, of course, what Shira has danced to. Sarayene, our little witch, stands at the prow just behind the figurehead, rocking as if one with the ship, sort of riding every single wave. So it looks absolutely elegant. It looks amazing. A supple white form swaying as if she were a reed, her billowing about her head like a rope billowing around, golden ornaments, her only garments, as her Samite shift billows loose in the clenched fist. There you go. A silver dagger in her other hand. Staff is leaning against, or is sort of tied against front. She's shouting something into the wind, into the storm. Cannot quite make out what it is, but at the top of her voice. She draws the dagger's bright edge across her white wrist, and red flows freely, and she holds her wound over the head of the carven wooden mate upon the prow. Blood drops down its carven hair and splashes into. So much for the bloodsucker. A moment later, her chant grows in fervor, her voice raw and broken. It seems to Shira that her god has not heard her plaintive cries.
So she's getting a little worried, or possibly needs some reassurance, some encouragement.
Possibly. You can just see that there's something in her that has just faded a bit.
I'm going to use counsel and scream at the top of my lungs, encouraging her to continue with her skill, and say, "I am with you," and all that stuff. So
With that jazz.
All that good stuff.
all the good
I
stuff.
was enjoying you actually playing these. Hey, I am with you.
I am with you. You have this, as my 20-year-old daughter would say. You've got this. So be encouraged. Know that your God is with you. I have your back. I am here to encourage you. I have felt called to encourage you. And I roll.
Go on, tell me how many successes you have. I think that's at least 3, if not 4. I want. Make it
A difficulty
4.
of 4?
Yeah, let's make it.
Holy camole.
Which is dire.
Which is dire.
Dire indeed.
Okay,
Yeah.
so do I...
That's a fortune job, isn't it?
Do I have any focus left? Or fortune left?
Now, we refreshed at the end of the act. We are close to the end of the act, but we haven't refreshed. So if you currently are out, then you're probably really out.
I'm not sure if you... Because we get 2 per...
You either have 3 or
should
2.
have started with 3.
You start the act with 3.
One covers you had 2, didn't
The
it?
act has been quite long already.
What was this the one?
The
with
Motaz, yeah.
Okay, sorry, I'm just going to get out of this. I'm just going to check what I have so far.
You can look it up.
No,
Character sheet.
If your character sheet is up to date, then
no, I've got my
you
character.
have 1 current left.
I have 1 current left. Okay, so so I'm going to use that. Okay, so let's go back to my skills, and I'm going to use counsel at 4. And so I'm going to use a fortune, and we have no momentum, so
Good luck.
you can do this!
Did it as well.
As I flow just like her, like a reed in the wind.
You're going to hate me anyway. For a moment, you pick up her,
Washed overboard.
Shit.
she picks up. She is renewed by it. She is starting to do the incantations again. And you can almost feel like she's grateful to you for what you've done. But the storm gets worse and worse and worse. So let's see what the others are doing now. Rios, you have got one of the other pirates basically picking you up, shoving you towards the hatch, grumbling at you. Landlubbers, you shouldn't be on deck like this. Get under there.
Oh, I thought I'd be okay. I'll stumble back to the hatch. Clearly, I'm not acrobatic enough to stay on the ship.
Durzo?
I will try to find the seer, imploring him if he knows anything that could help us to, weather this storm.
You reckon he's probably still down under deck in the
in
brig.
the cell, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you're making your way down there. You're being knocked and thrown about something rotten, so it will take a while to get. But that's where you reckon he will be. So, Kira, you're still at the front. You now see something that you wouldn't have expected. It's not just storm clouds, but it seems like they're black tendrils dropping out of this cumulus. They're writhing downward towards the sea, towards you. There seems almost like there are tendrils coming from the sea that join it. Are these little tornadoes? I'm not sure, but there's definitely something that very, very...
Are they dark?
They're very dark. And I'm going to read this because it's a beautiful, very Lovecraft word in this. Not because of this, but that also. So the storm roils above Calypso. Great black tendrils of cumulus shift as tugging off some ancient Batrachian horror. Batrachian. No less. From the epoch before history, before even the forefathers of mankind crawled from primal slime. The storm pulses, almost with the same primal force, and then, for the briefest of moments, like an eye is opening and staring at also some vision of profound and evil chaos. Lovecraft, you know what comes next.
Yeah, I'm going on below deck.
So, a daunting discipline test.
Oh.
That's for sure.
From me.
Yes.
Yeah, we're below deck.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're okay. We are.
Hey.
That's why you stay on the deck.
You're safe there. Nothing could possibly happen. This thing-
Daunting.
Daunting is 3.
Where is it again? Sorry.
Discipline,
Probably.
halfway down, I think.
It's at the bottom, isn't it?
Oh,
Very bottom.
Oh, it's at the very bottom. It's just the way I have my... Oh my. Okay, so discipline test, and you said it's daunting. So that's what, 4?
3.
3.
3.
Daunting, dire, epic. That's not bad, but not quite good enough. So I need to do 4 damage dice. Oh, what's the roll again? Roll 4 Conan damage.
CD.
Unresolved
combat
quest.
dice.
I don't
Thing
think 4,
turn.
that's fine. 4 dice is nothing, is it?
Doesn't do them for me. So I'm just going to do 46 of it. So what have we got? We have 1 and 2, that's 3, 4 with stun quality.
Nothing.
Get 4 damage. Mental. Resolve.
Resolve.
4 resolve effect. And you are stunned.
You going to change that for me?
You can. We went here when we last discussed
You
this.
control and use your mouse roller.
Just hold
Oh,
control.
I'm using control and
Oh, you don't have a mouse roller. Bad. Any problems, let me know. I'll do it.
Okay, so control and what?
The mouse wheel.
The mouse wheel.
Oh.
If you
No,
don't
it's
have
not-
one,
it's- No. I have my mouse, but it's just not doing it for me.
you can do it.
Oh. Okay.
I've done it.
Sometimes
You've
there's a
done
bit
it?
of
No.
delay.
You've given me 9, but I should have 6.
Yeah, I've got 6 on my screen. Resolve.
I've got 9 on mine.
Are you looking at vigor?
No.
You've got 9 vigor.
No, I'm looking at resolve.
Well, I can see 6. That's all. That
Okay. All right.
You're going to hopefully recover that at some point soon. So, but as you're stunned, let's carry on with our little story
Sorry.
here.
Yes.
Second later, Sarayene looks back at the captain and glances at you, terror evident in her wild-eyed gaze. Her mind seems to have broken. A moment ago, she seemed to ride the storm, but now she seems to be out of step with it, syncopation with the Calypso, and she stumbles around a little bit. She does not even see the mighty wave comes and grabs her and sweeps her from the prow overboard.
Whip!
Unfortunately, you're stunned.
You stunned yourself.
Where she stood is suddenly, shockingly empty.
Okay, whip for the staff.
That's sort of tucked into the rope work up there. Well, we'll see. There's
The
a
staff
plan.
is
I
safe.
have a plan.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we don't care about her. The staff is
No, it's just the loot. We just want the loot. Gal shouts, though in the storm his anguish is lost. So it says, if a player character is stunned, they collapse on the deck and fall to safety by pirates. But basically, you're stunned, you fall over, you're thrown by this wave as well, you're washed down, and at this, the full weight of the storm hits the Calypso, certain to be destroyed. As if a great tendril of this storm, actually some of the crew members are dipping down to sort of pick people off the deck and throwing them overboard. Mere rope is no match for the elemental force of the hurricane, and even those tied fast, some of them at least, are pulled away. In the holes where rest of you are, pirates utter a litany of prayers to veritable pantheon, Baal, Ishtar, celestial handmaiden Ashtoreth, Tear, Anu, Derketo, and more, even cries of mercy to some fearsome Damballa and to Dagon. You know Dagon. However, words falter in the face of the squall and go unheard amidst of the sea. Last. Awful. So I've got a little bit more to read. Suddenly, there's a great pitch, as if the Calypso hits a swell greater than any previous, and when the prow of the ship comes back down, it is with the force of a thunderbolt, and crashing that nearly deafens all on board. The ship shakes as if dropped from on high, and both pirates and slaves alike shout in pain and fear as the hull of the vessel splits and cold water rushes inwards from all angles, dousing lamps. You're close to the cell, Berzo, but you hadn't quite. The ship has struck something. Its hull has shattered and broken. In an instant of jumbled vision, you see wet and jagged stone, almost like an axe blade, shearing through the bulkhead, severing the ship in twain. Not in two, in twain.
In twain.
You have only one moment before the water closes in on you, and you're left with whatever breath you can hold. So, at this point, anybody want to get away from the ship?
Might be a good idea.
So, again, there is a test the game prescribes. There's a slight risk. Try to make it. It's the D3 difficulty 3, daunting. Athletics test to get free, and then you can try it several times, but each time is slightly worse.
This is a good time to use a bit of fortune.
If you have some left, as I said,
Yeah, I've got to.
Shira's going to hate me, as I said. Oh, back at least.
If I'm successful, I will try to help others.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
You're close to the...
Athletics,
No, Dazzle's on the deck, and Shira has just back into... You're probably close to Shira.
Okay, here we go.
God, what have we got?
There we go.
Oh,
Successes. Very well done. Now, it was a difficulty 3, so you can't harvest the moment.
Yeah, sorry, I meant to mark up the difficulty. I keep forgetting about that.
Yeah, it's okay. Just so we don't make it. Yes.
Yeah.
Durso.
If the ship is that badly damaged, does that mean the cell to the seer is like
Very
broken
likely.
open?
Very
And I
likely.
can-
Certainly the
Yeah.
door has been cracked, if not already open.
Yeah, I think I will try to get him. Is it still just the athletics?
Yeah, just do with the athletics. We just say what you're trying to do is actually rip off the door and get him away. But I won't make it any harder than 3, because I think 3 is plenty.
Yeah, but
And he can help a little bit.
did I?
Oh, look at that. You didn't need the extra one.
Oh,
Well done.
Fortune to the rescue.
Fortune to the rescue. So you actually rip open the remaining door, which is not much. You see him. He has already freed himself from some chains, so they were basically put into the side of the big beam, and that beam is shattered. So he's got it. And you grab him, and there's a hole in the hull that you jump through with him. But he's going to be a bit of a dead weight in the sense that he's not just him, but he's also got a big iron chain attached to him. So, but well done. You escape with him. Now, I did say I didn't want to make it more difficult. That means that Shira can actually use one if she wants.
Oh, she wants to. So, difficulty 3.
Yes.
So,
Get away from the... Oh, that doesn't...
Ooh.
So you try to scramble away, but there are so many people pushing and shoving that you're actually still on the ship. So I'm going to give you the damage.
mm-hmm.
It doesn't actually say specifically, but I'm going to do it there. I'm going to get a fit. So that is 2 damage. Physical damage. That is bigger. You want me to do it again?
Yes, please.
And you're going to get a fit. So you're now from 9 bigger down to...
Okay, and then the 6, the resolve changed. So, okay.
refresh them.
And
Am
I
I
have...
able to help Shira? Because you said I was nearer to her than anyone else.
You can. You didn't have any extra successes, did you?
No, I didn't know.
You can try and go back, but tricky.
Okay, so I have 3 fatigue.
Yes.
Okay.
So
I'm going to go back to help her. She looks like she needs help.
Okay, between the two of you, you're already out, so you're relatively good, but Shira is not. Between the two, Otherwise, is it mean to ask for 4? Probably. Between the two of you
No.
have 3.
Okay.
Because I know you're running a bit low on fortune. And I like the
Okay.
commitment. I like the commitment to each.
Well, we're a team. Here we go.
That's 3. Okay, Shira, just for good measure. Come on. Amazing.
Oh, just for good measure. All right.
That's all my fortune used up.
Okay, so it is athletics.
It is athletic. See how many successes you can make. Really needed that help, didn't you? But together, actually, you should have asked for 4 because then we could have said, you made it. No, really good, really good. You actually swim back, you encourage her, and as she sort of stumbles down the remaining hull, you grab her and pull her away from the sea.
Did you get the staff?
You didn't.
The staff!
But the staff is made from wood, so it'll swim, don't worry.
Did I say help Shira? Help myself get the staff. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be...
Okay, so I'm looking around for the sorcerer. Sorry, I don't have her names. I
Sarah
heard
Yeni.
it, but I...
Sarah Yeni.
Sarah Yeni.
Sarah Yeni, like this, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, unfortunately, you don't see her. I've got one more little box text. The occasional flash of lightning shines brightly through the holes in the hull, revealing a surreal behind you. A real range of vision as the contents and crew of the Calypso swirl about you in the water. The dead show blank expressions, their limbs move lazily with the current eddying through the hold, and all manner of small items. With a start, you see movement in the corner of your vision, and to behold pale swimming toward you. Not swimming like a shipwreck, but used to moving, and one grows near. It is human, grasping your arm and pulling. He turns his face towards you, allowing you to see his face. You almost lose your breath. A stroke of lightning from above gives you a clear view of his face, and the moment you think that he's human, eyes black and features curiously.
The fish people.
Others of his ilk seem to fill the water around the wreck of the Calypso, and you see their pale forms darting, shark-like, around the floating survivors. You blink against this uncanny sight. And then your vision darkens, brightens once more, until you can no longer see the waters, the wreck, or the storm-ravaged skies. The movement of the waves seems to lull you, almost hypnotically, and you're drawn away as if seen by unseen tides. Where you awaken? No. That does not look So, this is the end
Did
of this.
someone get Maritaz? Did you leave him on the ship?
He made it out. He made it. He probably got the amulet and the staff and will be waiting for you on the beach.
Our hero! Yeah!
Probably, I said. Not perfect. That would be deep. Let's put it that way. There's nothing that occurred today that has put you in a fail state. All still. So, it says this chapter should end with your player characters. Unknown with it. Oh, yeah, very good.
Yeah.
We're not there yet. We're floating around. One's pulling you. If you didn't get that reference, I think they would.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Doesn't sound good. I thought we may be sort of there may be mermen or something like that.
Like fish people.
fish people.
Mer people.
But essentially, we got the mysterious island kind of situation where the storm just wrecks everything around the island. Is my guess.
You didn't look at the map in the captain's cabin, but if you had, you would have seen that it was surrounded by a snake, sea snake. But yeah, maybe we'll find out. Oh, your camera has just got grisly for me.
Oh yeah.
Bandwidth. Which I'll be back in a minute.
Must be bandwidth, yeah.
So now we have a little bit more time if you want to, but yeah, we have more time. But this is the end of the chapter. So what happens at the end of a chapter?
Experience.
Experience.
Yeah.
No, you didn't actually use the time on board, really.
No.
Could have prompted you again to learn something, spend experience, but it says here the following. It says, though the player characters have spent much of this captivity, there are nonetheless many means for adventure. We get the interaction with the Samakit, adventures into the dream world, which we extended a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
The opportunities on the ship, the player characters had a lot to do. Very busy. Award each 300 experience.
Loads to use on them.
Yeah, we have to use them because that's the next step. As with prior chapters, the opportunities for developing new talents and expanding beyond the avenues presented on board should limit the way experience spent. Can argue with something that where you say, oh, during my time on board, I really developed this. We can still do that. It's almost like, here's some money, but you can't spend it. Here's some experience, but you can't have it. Here's some chocolate, but you can't.
That's a weird thing this book does. It's. I also find it interesting that it doesn't scale up. Like the 300 XP has been fairly consistent since Act 1.
Every chapter. I've got the opportunities to give you extra, but I think it's not the number of experience points, it's the chance of not having the chance of spending it. That's a little scene. Not that we're on the beach yet. Yeah, I'll just show the stream a little. Actually, no, you're not there yet. Not there yet, so I shouldn't show you that.
We get a teaser, we don't.
So, do you want to spend a few minutes, refill drinks, think about what you could have spent on board of the Calypso while it was still afloat?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah? Or would you rather just say, okay, where we?
I mean, the question is if we want to continue, if we want to wait until we are all together again, if this is like this very decisive narrative point.
Well, this is not the decisive thing yet. There is a scene we can do in the time we have left, I think, which moves us one step ahead. And then there's the proper start to the chapter. Like there's an interlude.
Okay.
Okay. Sounds sensible.
Before the interlude, do you want to do anything, or do we look between sessions?
I wouldn't mind just a couple of XP things thinking about it.
Okay.
So just explain because I have now 550 XP, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, 550. So how does it work in terms of upgrading the talents if you already have ranks in the talents? Because I have 5 ranks in Persuade, so I'd like to
focus.
Focus.
You want to increase
focus gives you a 25 XP per point discount.
No. Okay. If you want to increase your focus, that's like from 5 to 6. I think it's 200.
200 per point.
Increase your skill or your focus?
Yeah. And your maximum is 5 anyway. Your maximum is 5. Isn't it? Yeah.
Okay, so if I wanted to increase natural charming, which is a talent, from rank 1 to rank 2.
Oh, this is an existing talent.
I guess you just buy the talent again?
You do, yeah. You just buy it again.
I think so as well, but to be honest, I haven't looked at that in such a long time.
I'm just not sure. I'm looking at the talents now, but I'm not sure.
Have you got the page there?
Yeah, but you just buy it again. You just buy it again.
Well, okay. So is there a discount?
Your discount is your focus, and each point of focus gives you a 25 XP.
Which page are we on, guys?
Okay, so skills and talents is on page 55. And
got it.
My tree is on page 76, Persuade. I'm just trying to find what the cost is.
Right, and normally if you buy a new one, you work your way down the tree, and it depends which layer of the tree it is, how deep it is.
It's 200 per layer.
Oh,
So
okay, it's 200 per layer? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
But buying the same talent again, I don't
It's the
actually
same
know
layer.
the clear set maximum rank. So say again which skill it was you wanted? Talent, sorry.
Naturally charming.
And that is on?
Page 76.
70. Oh, could have flicked. 70. Really charming. Ranks 3. Yeah, can have up to 3 of that. So I just go with what Martin said.
So it's 200 per rank, and just buy it again.
Yeah.
And the same with strong arm tactics?
Yeah, I think so. But you do get discount. You said that about focus.
Based on your focus, yeah.
But that's focus, not talent tree,
you
right?
get discount from your focus for buying.
Oh,
things.
okay. All right.
For any talents within that.
Within that. Okay, I understand. All right, so I have 3.
In some ways, if you've got good focus, you're going to get lots of discounts.
Okay.
Yeah, which I think Durza was doing really well last time.
I now understand. So my persuasion is my focus is 3. Okay, so my talent.
So you get 75 XP discount.
Discount on each one that I buy.
Exactly.
So I need to do some simple math.
Yeah. So it's in your interest to skill up in the ones you've got good focus in.
Well, and that's what I've been doing.
But also, arguably, the way I think about it, it's worth having one focus in lots of skills, because that gives you the chance of using a fortune point and getting a 1, and you get the double success. So, for example, I've got melee focus of 0. It's worth me just spending 200 XP just to get up to 1, which it just means I'm better.
Yeah.
I see what you mean.
Where's the cost again?
Yeah, I know it's not in the beginning of the chapter.
In the carousing, rewarding XP.
Like it's page 300 to 301.
Oh, of course it is.
That's why I love these. Oh, I got 3 parcels today from Really.
Oh.
I had to chase 2 things that have been out for weeks and I haven't had them yet.
Walking Dead's not come through yet, has it?
Oh, Walking Dead is not.
Is
Mountain
it? No.
Saga?
Oh, lovely.
Oh, I've got that already, yeah.
Yeah, you have that already? Really? I think really only came.
I think I've got that one.
Avocar Awakens from Simba.
Oh, yeah.
And Tales from the Lone Lands for the One Ring.
I've not got that yet. Yeah, I've not got that yet. I was going to pick up a dragon meat, probably, some of these things.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh. Need reading glasses these days. That's how old I am.
Well, I've had bifocals, or what do they call them when they're all seamless?
Varifocal?
Anyway, bifocals for, I don't know, 20 years now.
I just have 2 pairs of glasses.
Acquiring talents. Well, the first talent in any tree costs 200.
Yes.
Then each step away 200 X.
Yeah. Okay, but I'm trying to think about how I've used, instead of just pumping up things, I want to think about how I've used it. So I would imagine that I was naturally charming with people, and also
when you didn't whip them,
tried to strong arm tactics.
You did.
So
I quite like the way this actually works. I quite like the concept of the talent tree. I just wonder sometimes whether characters get very quickly are very, very powerful.
It's interesting because arguably talents are quite cheap compared to increasing your skills and your
Yes.
focus or
Yeah,
expertise.
but they're also more limited in how you.
Yeah, and they only go up to a maximum of certain amounts. So
Yeah, some talents can stack, some don't.
Yeah.
That's,
And in a way, that's quite similar to Symbaroum. Although there you can't actually attribute.
it's the only game that I don't. That and Mutant Year Zero, the only two Free League games that I actually don't own any books of. I don't have the PDFs. I don't have anything. I don't have no clue. But I've heard Symbaroum is so good. I'm actually been listening to a lot of Cult lately.
I'm in two minds about cults.
Oh, are you? Mechanically, or just the way that it's?
To be honest, last time I played it was first or second edition. I think it was first edition. So
No,
this
it's
is
on
1990s.
It's fourth now.
So it probably is very different now, but I don't know. There's something when I watch actual plays, and I think there's something that doesn't. So much into gore and stuff.
There's a lot of it's a lot of slasher gore. I actually bought Solemn Veil because I really like the folk horror genre.
Yeah, Solemn Veil I've got, but again, I'm waiting for the copies too.
Yeah, myself as well. Okay, so I'm gonna buy Natural Charming, and you said that we were on the voyage for quite some time, right?
Probably 2 weeks.
Is that enough for me to have really honed in on that and buy 2 ranks in each? Because I can afford it.
Oh, sounds like a lot. What are the others doing? You can definitely have 1 rank in it. Fine with that.
So Natural Charming is 200 XP, yeah? Minus your
Yeah.
discount.
Yeah.
Mm.
So that still leaves me with 200 that I could shove somewhere else. So let me just pop that up.
So what am I thinking of? I'm just toying with whether to increase my focus in something first.
Yeah, it's easy to argue if you use the skill especially to say, yeah, I had the opportunity.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'd like, and I think this is probably never going to be used again, but I'm just trying to think about what I've used. So I was going to pick Journeyman, which is all about crafting, especially as I've been doing a lot on the ship.
Yeah.
And it allows me to kind of roll an extra d20 on craft tests.
Yeah, why not?
It's kind of a minor one, but I thought that would be quite useful. And I'm also tempted with Agile, which is acrobatics talent, the base level one, because we've had to do a lot of sort of athletics and acrobatic type elements on the boat, keeping balance and coordination and whatnot. So they're both level 1. So that's kind of what I'm thinking for 2 talents.
I think that you would be well placed to say, yeah, I've done this, and increase it. So I have no issue.
I've got loads of it. I've got 900 XP to sort of use up.
Derzo?
You are muted, Derzo, for some.
It's not muted, but something has gone
Oh,
off. That's
now?
better.
Okay, yeah, that's
That's
it.
better.
Okay. Bumped my microphone. Yeah, Courageous for my second talent.
What does that do?
It essentially gives me a reroll on discipline checks.
Yeah.
I guess now that we have quite a lot of encounters with supernatural stuff that fits somehow. Yeah,
that fits. That goes.
Yeah, that's why I increased my focus in discipline by 1, just so I can get a double success.
Fearless. Courage.
Yeah, I took that 1 focusing character creation for exactly that one thing. If I need to make it like a check, then fortune, and I'm good to go. In theory. Yeah.
Looking at sailing here. Alone at sea. Catch the wind. But sea legs. Not falling over. I did play with you a bit of Cthulhu.
No.
No, that was the other group. I played with you, Vultures of Shem.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Pit of Cthulhu starts with being slaves on a ship, and it's a shipwreck, and there are these strange things that pull you, or some of you, into land. So this is very Pit of Cthulhu. It's one of the 3 quick starters. There were 2. One is Race the Thunder, I think. Thunder River, really cool scenario. The other one is... And really cool, if you like Foundry, they are now included for free in the Foundry rules system. Yeah, those 2 quick start adventures. I still had to put everything in. So Dirty is making an animal tooth necklace.
No, that was an accident. I bought that like 8 sessions ago.
Poisonous.
It's just the general talisman description from the book.
Yeah.
No idea why it's in there.
Because they probably carefully put it in.
Yeah.
So, are you all spent?
I'm gonna upgrade my council to focus of 2.
Mm-hmm. Horribly.
400 XP.
But I do get the discount, don't I?
No, there's no discount at all for increasing your expertise or focus.
Talents.
No.
Yeah.
Back to the drawing board.
Well, I'll just put it into... I'm just trying to think of something that would make sense, right?
Can I increase... Not that I've done it on the ship, but there was plenty of... Well, there was one occasion on the ship. Increase my parry, put a focus 1 in parry. Because I've had to fight off things with my bow.
You did.
And I did it on the ship as well.
You did parry, and you could have sparred on the ship for a little while if you want to work on it. So again, I want to overrule the scenario a little bit and say you can.
Okay, that's 200 XP.
Okay, well, I didn't use...
Okay, 200.
Yeah, I'm just going to bank the other because I've got 300 left, and I was... The only thing I can't... I failed the command roll, so I don't think that I can justify raising command up. And council would be the only other thing that I would raise up, and that would cost me 400. So.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so I'm just going to bank.
Okay.
Bank. You guys are all done?
Yeah.
Rio's all done?
Yeah.
So that means this one. Open the next. Gosh. Put all this text, like all the scenario text and pictures, all on Foundry. This sort of makes my heart bleed a little bit. Nobody ever is going to use it again. Yeah, we can't get this from itself. So
can you make it available for others?
Copyright. I mean, they lost the license, but it's still their copyrighted content, so I don't think it would be cool to do that.
True.
Certainly not for chargeable. Or
yeah,
advertising it.
But the maps and images and stuff you created?
The images are fine. I could do a picture book, if you like, of all the different mid-journey stuff things. Because most of the art that we are using here on Foundry is not actually from the rulebook; it's just inspired by.
Yeah.
Actually, if you use the tag style Frank Frazetta, who's the Conan artist, if you like, it really does a really good job of getting his style.
Yeah.
And I know there are ethical considerations. People say you can't do that. It's just like stealing from that art. So, where do you think you're waking up?
On a beach.
Hopefully on land.
And on beach?
Oh no. We are in a deep, dark, underwater city.
Yeah.
That would be cool as well.
That would be cool.
No.
Like the scene in Aquaman. Like, as trash as the movie was, that one scene was pretty damn fine.
I have to admit I've never watched it.
Yeah, you didn't miss anything.
But I've got it on
it's watchable.
One streaming server or another. So, you have been on this river of souls for hours. Days.
Yeah, of course.
That's why you were sort of being lulled to sleep. It is difficult to tell. The darkness is impassive, lit only by rows of torches. Now you went through the arch. Rivers being tunneled through the mountains. Set into the walls, burning ceaselessly, never seeming to lessen or out. The current of the stream bears you along steadily, with only minimal effort from the barge's steering poles or rudder required to keep you from colliding with the walls. The passage is not straight, and thus only the torches before and after you are visible in the darkness. You have seen no signs of a place to put to shore. Just walls, small flickering bits of flame, absolutely ages. But then there's a bend in the river. You barge round the corner and you see it all at once, a vast cavern yawning for you. Lit from above by some strange light that apparently cuts through the entire mountain. Its firewall is carved into living rock and stands several stories high. The tunnel and the river at the base of the white stairs at tunnel and river end at the base of white stairs at its foot. The water's ultimate destination. Where does it go from here? Immensely tall statues of humans loom either side of the dark doorway and the hooded. Their features are lost in shadow, and they stand as if in judgment. All is made of pale stone, standing in contrast to the dark rock of the walls and cavern here. Most notable, however, is a barge already here, decks empty and apparently abandoned. Its hull scrapes against the stone stairs slowly with it. This, the vessel you have followed along the river of Soul, that which bears the Acheronian sorcerer and his princely captain. Your barge enters this cavern slowly, borne by the current. You feel your journey in this world is nearing. You drift into this cave. This approximation.
Oh, I hate to say it, but I just see black.
Yes, so do I.
Oh, I forgot to take, didn't I? I forgot.
I thought that it was suspense.
Ba,
I
ba,
thought that you're building
ba,
suspense.
reveal.
Ah,
Hey.
there we go.
Yeah, I'm very good at forgetting this. Oh. That's roughly like it.
Very much so.
Yeah, very good. Well done.
So you are awake in this world.
Is there just this one pier, I'd just call it?
Yes.
Or are there other structures in the
Just
cavern?
this one piece.
Okay. And we are floating, like brought by the current towards it.
Again, you're floating like
Like the barge we are on, the boat, is just being carried by the current towards
Forward.
this.
Yeah. Towards the steps. Now there is missing in my.
Sure here.
Oh dear, I might have. PDF. The book is all the way up there.
Real books are merely decoration at this point.
That's all they are, yeah.
A wallpaper. Very expensive wallpaper.
Very, very expensive wallpaper.
Approved hardcover. I actually have it.
I've got 2 copies.
we think alike.
why they were
Frank.
cheap.
We think alike.
Yeah. I mean, Control F, you just can't do it in a real book.
No, and that's actually one of the biggest advantages. Physical books, you just say, I remember there's a. Where is it? 450 pages.
Yeah.
Just no. Just say no. So I have a map of this as well, but you don't need them.
Okay.
Don't know what went. It disappeared together with the text. But you've got the scene.
Mm-hmm.
The rest I roughly remember anyway. So, a quick observation. You look around a bit. Anybody of you, just difficulty 1, we need to get you some Oh, your fortune has refilled. I might. Oh,
Do we all roll or one of us?
and each gonna reset your fortune.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm back up to full roll. Look at that full roll.
Thank you very much,
wow.
Motley.
Wow.
Developer behind it.
Oh.
Ooh, no, that's Brawn Athletics. I'm looking at the wrong thing. 4 successes. 4.
4.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yes,
that's got 2.
That's
you're
what we
amazing.
say.
So Shira, you're transfixed by that boat in front.
Mm.
Both Kreos and Derzo, you're sort of looking down a little bit. And there's some pale, slightly moving, murky shapes in the water. With 4 successes, you definitely notice that these seem human bodies, corpses, men and women, pale and drifting, seemingly without life, several yards beneath the water. Every now and then one of them turns face to it, drifts.
We need that staff, guys.
Yeah.
And then I wake up out of my staring of the boat and say, "Oh yeah, we do."
Does the stuff exist here? That's the question.
It did say you could take it from one world into with you if you had it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it also says, however, that in the real world this would cause some sort of horror or distress, but here it all seems vaguely unreal and that's not required.
It's like the Dead Marshes in Lord of the Rings, isn't
Very
it?
much so.
It's called River of Souls after all.
But then again, because you have 4 successes, notice that something do this. Something big and definitely more direct. Large.
Okay, I'll warn the others. Something coming. Hold tight.
Do we have any type to, like, any way to steer the barge or to?
You've got the poles, the punting poles. It says here you have 1 chance or 1 round with a daunting sailing test. Ah, sailing, finally.
I was just about to say, sailing. Nobody ever uses it.
We won't need it now, will we? We thought after getting off the boat.
I don't know
has
whether you
sailing?
guys used to do this, but I sometimes had like my list of all the build stuff from characters. And when I was designing adventure, I was always trying to build in something 4 or 5 different skills, very specifically. Can be tricky with.
They focus on sailing.
So,
Do we need 3 successes between us?
no, you need a daunting as a team. So work together with assists.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll
I have
assist. Who's the best?
nothing, essentially.
I've got nothing either.
I've got nothing.
Okay. Who's got the good coordination?
I have athletics or acrobatics.
We've got to make a sailing check, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh well,
I mean, I have a target number of 10 in sailing.
Okay. Why don't you? I've got a target number of 12. Why don't you?
I have 6.
Okay. Why don't you 2 help me?
Yeah.
You 2 help me and I'll roll.
Okay.
Yeah?
All right.
And re-roll our assists.
Yeah.
Before I wanted to say.
Oh, you only roll 1
You
dice.
only do
for
1. Yeah, let's
assistance.
not count that roll. That's it. Attempt.
Okay, so hold
Do you
on.
want to try again?
Anyway, do it again with an assist.
Yeah. Just
Take one away.
Just right click the numbers at the bottom. Shame I've got focus in sailing now. Can I quick add one for 200 XP?
Could have, but I think it's a bit too retcon right now.
Okay.
A bit too mercenary.
Are you rolling again?
Yeah, I am rolling again.
If you don't succeed, there's no point me rolling.
Well, where's the stupid?
If you
numbers?
right click on the dice at the bottom, it would take one away.
I have to. I still have to.
one.
I still have to put up the sailing. Damn it! All right.
Yeah.
I thought I could get away with not doing it.
Frank, can you roll for Murtaz, who's helping us?
Oh, is he? Are you sure he would be helping
Of
you?
course he is.
I
And you
s-
can roll for Tura at the same time as well.
Well, I'm trying to take it away. Sorry, everybody, but
let me
Click on the
just-
first
Just
dice.
click on the first one.
dice.
Left click on the first
It'll
one.
reduce it to
I
one.
am.
Let me do this with you. So coordination, you click on sailing, window comes up. You just click on the first dice, left click on the first question
Left.
mark. All right.
There we go.
Oh dear. Here comes
Sorry.
the
Okay,
mortars.
I'm learning. I'm still learning.
Oh,
Oh,
Murtaz,
oh.
what a hero.
What a hero! With a target
Okay.
number of 7, and he's still increased due to wounds and traumas.
Okay.
He's still got a wound.
A wound.
Okay, so we have some momentum, don't we?
You have
Okay, here we go. Thank you, Big.
3. Yes!
Yeah, 3.
You made it. So with a few quick strokes and stabs with those long poles, you just make it crunch onto the side and you all leap out of the boat. Babe, you can still actually see it moving too.
He's moved quickly away from me.
So you have the choice of either standing there on the firm terra firma, if you like. Look at my picture on the map.
Yeah, do we want to
There.
jump off the barge?
Or you can scamper. Yeah, I assume that you are stumbled off the barge already.
Yeah.
Or you can scamper up the steps as quickly as. What do you want?
I want to get up the steps.
Yeah.
I'm having a bad day.
Up the steps. Okay, so after, like moments after you steps. See that?
Yep. Oh,
Ooh, a boot in the making.
That's a swallow hole, isn't it?
This time we don't have people on it. The thing, this huge thing, enormous, as big as your barge, crocodile, smashes your barge and sort of flops onto the landing bit. But because you're a few steps up, there's some can't reach. But it's trying to get over that first big step. Cannot. Raw frustration. It pops back.
We're losing a lot of boats today.
yeah.
Both barges were smashed.
These barges are real.
That was the fight for today, you know? But you ran
That
away
was
from
it.
it. That was the fight for today.
I can see the disappointment. Yep.
There is no way we would afford that.
Well done. Tough enemies and nemesis. I thought there's a
You
one. to do.
prepared for it.
I did a bit. Entered all the stat block.
Oh
Token.
no.
Would the loot have been worth it, is the question.
Boot.
What
Exactly.
loot? D&D.
Does it truly have any trade?
Oh, okay. I hadn't quite got. But this on a 1-to-1, and it would have been even for.
We struck your hopes of defeating Durzo in twain.
Yeah,
Twain.
in twain.
In
Just to
twain.
quote something else. So you stumble up those steps. Delighted to fate of being crocodile food, but also ruining that you have no boat left. How will you get away? Will you be stuck in the underworld of the dead? They exist. Who has made their way up these?
Oh. Oh, are there tracks or anything like recent? Is there anything that looks disturbed, like dust or?
I assume there's no good room cleaning here, room service. So yeah, track if you like. Tracking. That's difficulty 1.
Tracking?
Yeah, there's survival, I think. Unless you see something that's better suited.
Yeah, I am a tracker. If you want me to jump in at that point, if you suggest it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. I have a talent in it. I don't know what they're tracking. Do you recognise what signs? When attempting a survival check to track a creature or group of creatures, you may reduce difficulty by 1 step.
What sort of creature?
I'm whatever I find, whatever tracks I find first.
All right. So it would
So
be
it's-
difficulty 0.
Yeah,
Do you want to roll it or not?
yeah. There you
Take
go.
that as a yes. 2 momentum. Right. You think that people have plodded up the stairs not so long ago?
Oh, okay. So there's human tracks.
Not many. Definitely. Run up.
Any judge of how long ago though? Is there
Very hard to
dust
say
within the
because you're in a
tracks?
cave. So it's not like you can just say, oh, yesterday it rained or something. You don't know this place. But not terribly long ago because not much more dust has settled on them. Every day, maybe 3 days. Oh, hello, Schmidt. Thanks for your description. We're just about wrapping up here. Rolling in the deep. Moin, Schmidt.
Been here before us then.
Yeah.
Remind me again when we watched the barge depart in our first dream
of course.
experience. There was the king on the barge,
Yes.
and how many other entities?
Right. I think I have this in your player now.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
The handouts, the vision. Have you found it? Do you want me to pop it on your screen?
It's in the handouts.
So, what's the middle to end? Because it's a long entry. It says, 2 of the men are dressed. Many men come towards you in a column. 2 of the men are dressed differently. One is dressed in royal fashion, clearly a great leader. Got that bit?
Yeah, yeah.
After the one with such regal demeanor comes another, drawn upon a chain fastened to a golden collar twisted about his neck.
And then there were attendants.
And there were attendants. We're now floaters. So, and then we say, the rope man steps lightly onto the boat and sits in a small stool. He turns back to the man in the scarlet robe who seems to hesitate before setting onto the boat. So it's 2, I think.
So if we're trying to determine if it's them who are going up the stairs, they had long robes, right?
Yes.
So
fit.
if we
dust would be
see
marked.
this, if we see the tracks, we would see some type of disturbance.
There's a rule for that. Spend momentum for further information.
We do have momentum.
Yeah, okay. Let's burn a momentum.
Sure,
on that.
burn a momentum, yeah.
Yeah, okay. You think that would actually, very well remembered, that would actually fit.
Awesome.
So, there's a portal at the top. Just off to the right.
Should we go about this sneakily or just follow them?
We're about a couple of days behind.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
should be okay to follow.
We should be okay for now, unless
You just go up towards the. There are some torches that basically are lit. They seem to be burning, like in the tunnel. Don't think they've got any maintenance changing. They must be special. And get get quite drowsy again.
Quick nap.
I'm not drinking any of the water.
Quite drowsy, and the world around you seems to shrink and pulls away again, getting the taste of salty brine in your mouth.
Oh, okay. That was quick.
That was
So
really quick.
Jordan,
As I said,
between-
interlude. Boss interlude to give you a fight.
We skipped the fight.
Which is good. That's just fine by me. Fine by me. Because I just get depressed at fights. And yeah, the next scene would then be
Oh. That's not too shabby.
that's not
Too shabby.
too
Too
shabby.
shabby. I
Right.
think looks nice.
Yeah, that's not too
We're
shabby.
back on a
Sorry, just-
beach.
Yeah.
No, on
In
a
fact, we could spend some time here. Is that nice?
well, but we'll pick it up there next time
Okay.
with more Tussback. Now, finishing exactly on the time that 9 o'clock my time. So I have no idea where I left my calendar. We will need to briefly. I think we have something in diary. The 2 weeks.
It
I
should be, yeah.
believe so, yes.
I think we are fairly on track with the bi-weekly.
Yeah,
I
lecture.
think so,
I
yeah.
think so as well. Now that we still have, oh gosh, I closed the book now. It's a bit daft.
You were about to tell us where we were in the chapters, weren't you?
Roughly. Now we have
Roughly.
done Act 2. This is the
Mm.
what we played now was the first act of Book 2, Chapter 5.
Oh,
You could also call it Act 3. For page-wise, the pages were 122, where we are, and the story finished. $200. We are 80 pages to go.
Oh,
So 2/3 in.
2/3.
okay.
Now I don't
Might
know.
be a shame for this to come to an end.
There's a whole pirate campaign you can play.
Oh, I'm in for that.
The wave
yes, but
stayed
see, what
stained
will
crimson.
happen is we're going to
Let's
go
get
up
a
the
sailing
stairs and
crew.
leave the pirate ship behind. And
It's actually
Avoid
Wave
all
State
that.
Crimson gets really good write-ups as being quite enjoyable. I also have another pirate campaign from Pirate Borg.
oh,
Yeah, which
I'd
is
love to play Pirate Borg.
old schooly.
what
I also
pirate?
have Sea of Thieves, the role-playing game. And
There's a theme here, isn't there?
yeah, there's a theme there. And I have somewhere up there the Hexen one. There's Hexen German systems got basically one in the Mediterranean, one setting, which is all about mystery and Templar, etc., with a little bit of piracy, and it's got a full Caribbean, which is like Pirates of the. So materials wise, I've got so much stuff for pirate campaign, but I've maybe that's next.
You seem a bit excited.
Talk like a pirate, you know.
Yeah.
Arr.
Yeah.
Sure, I can find some of the dress up stuff from it.
I'll have to look up Hexen because Hexen has come up a few times in the past few months.
I like Hexen, and they have announced now crowdfunding crowdfunding for what is it called? The British Isles or something. Basically,
wow.
for Britain, which is behind the channel and cut off from everybody else in Europe, so nobody knows what happened there after Brexit. You know, Brexit, not Hexen. And they have in the past they have talked about doing an English language version of the game.
So it's still in German.
Apparently, yeah, currently it's just German. But apparently, from what I heard, a German or an American English translation exists in the base game. But they decided that they're not going to go for it until they've got something that is appealing to the English-speaking market. Britain might be better for that, but I haven't heard any updates. And they just brought out a second edition of it. So, tidying up. Because they have rules and every wave of the crowdfunding that's really messy right now. But the second edition, they collapsed it. One rule book.
You're just going to have to spend some time translating, aren't you?
I'm just, yeah, as I told you off. I have to finish yet. And with my first draft in Book of Beat.
Yeah.
But that's into German.
That's into German, yeah.
Translating into your mother tongue is all into another But it's okay.
I think it's rarely done. Like from all the from the translators I know,
Mhm.
that's the word. They always just translate like back into their mother tongues.
It can be tricky, but I've
Yeah.
seen some of the translations they've done that way, and where I just say, shaking my head, maybe the native speaker, but you don't understand. Yeah, you have no idea what they're actually about, and I can see where you're coming from with that translation, but it's a superficial one.
Mm.
And I think that can be the real difficulty.
So,
Not
like
fluent in-
like having Google translate.
Yeah, I mean,
Sometimes.
I translated from Swedish into English. I heavily was relying on Keep L and others. But I still had the feeling for Coriolis. I still understood the game, at least. So I could then go over and say, this is not what they're looking for. This is the wrong word. This doesn't fit. So the Coriolis translation might not be perfect, but they're serviceable.
Okay.
Anyway, enough of that.
We still have 80 pages to go.
We still have a bit to go. We still have a few weeks to go. And yeah, if you are enjoying it, I'm happy to do it.
Absolutely.
Maybe Douglas wants to run us a Walking Dead.
Oh, I love The Walking Dead.
We're not going to be messed around by any timing changes, are we? Like summertime ending?
I have no idea when daylight thing, but it should be coming up
in my calendar.
Okay, it is soon. It's during half term, but I just know that the Canadians or the other side, far side of the Atlantic.
It's all of America's fault. Okay,
change at different times.
So UK changes on the 29th of October.
Mm-hmm.
So you fall back then. That won't affect us because we change back on the 5th. So we go back on the 5th.
So there's a week.
Yeah.
We don't play that week.
No, we don't play that week because I have John's game then.
You change your time for a week?
No, we're a week difference.
Distance between us, time-wise.
The difference between England changing or GMT changing and us.
That's what. Yeah, okay, that makes way more sense.
No, not a week. No. I lived in a very weird community where there was only about maybe 600 kilometers, very, very far east part of Quebec, above Newfoundland, that didn't change their times at all. And I think that it's just one other place in Saskatchewan that doesn't change. But now there seems to be a movement toward agreeing not to change, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's been talked about in the EU for a while, and even in Britain. But then there's Scots who say actually for us it's here
because they're up north. But I would imagine the same would be true for Sweden and Scandinavia.
It's dark there all the time anyway. 1 hour doesn't make a difference.
No, I think that's.
I don't know. But anyway, I had some fun today. I hope you did.
Yeah,
very much so. Yeah.
Good, even though we had relatively little fighting and quite a bit of storytelling. But I actually quite liked some of the description. I think that the text they've written about the ship in the storm, I thought they were quite evocative.
Yeah, they picked it up in this chapter, definitely.
Good. And the next one.
It doesn't feel railroady.
Yeah. There were a couple of things.
But there is a direction that you're moving toward. You can, but I mean that's.
I'd say the opposite. I say it does feel quite railroady because you kind of push down a route, aren't you?
Yeah, but the actions you take do have an effect on, like, sure, maybe the end goal is the same either way, but at least it feels like what we're doing matters, and that, for me at least, is where I say, okay, railroading to a certain extent is okay, and instead, if we think back about the fight where no matter what we do, nothing changes, and then it's
you can't see that. That's good, but you can roughly see it. That's the next thing we're entering.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If you want to
There's
play
a
it,
big mountain in the middle of it. Yeah.
if you want to play it as a hex scroll, you can.
Yeah.
There's an element
Are there
that.
dinosaurs? I have to ask.
Oh,
Because I get massive Mysterious Island vibes from this.
Yeah, it could be.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm.
yeah.
Especially with the description of the tentacles going down and
Yeah,
up.
like the storm
it's-
encircling it.
Yeah,
It's
it
like
could
the
be.
I
other
almost
dread.
wanted more.
D&D
I almost wanted
code.
more of that.
Mm.
Write it yourself or ask ChatGPT. Anyway, I need to go and prepare some cover lessons for tomorrow because I have to do oral exams and somebody else needs to teach my lessons. I'm going to say at this juncture good night and thank you very much for playing. And
Thank
thanks for watching and thanks again for Schmidt for your up
Thank you,
for
Schmidt.
6 months in a row now.
That's awesome.
That's really awesome. And if you want to know more about what we are playing, tomorrow I'm going to play Simbaroom tomorrow evening. Or running. But in German.
So
Slaves to
Google Translate.
Destiny, it's called. Slaves to Fate.
Google
Slaves to
Translate.
Yeah, Google Translate. Now you can do the
Been a while
automatic
since
captions.
it's been a while since I did Simboom.
That was fun.
Hmm.
You were playing Rageor. The
Yeah,
ogre?
Rachel. Yeah, the ogre.
We have got an
I've got to
ogre,
find out what the system is like.
ogre
I'll do
bodyguard.
my homework.
But this one likes to do the talking, fighting.
Oh.
Okay.
That's probably
Talk about character tropes.
called Basta, like the big bouncer who doesn't actually hurt anybody, but wants. You are not going to go in here. Fast talking bouncer. I will see how it goes, but they all again. It's a bit like slavey, really. It starts on with everybody being slaves. Content warning for that.
Hmm.
Modern slavery. Right. Good night, everybody. I'll see you
Good
in a
night.
fortnight.
Yeah, take care.
Yeah.
Take care. Have fun.
Bye.
Feel better, Frank.